If you're going full bolt on, you must replace this, guys. If you're going full bolt on, you must replace this, guys. We have brand new coils from fcpeuro. The brand is Delphi or Delphi, whatever it is. But this is the original coils that are in my car that came from the factory. So we want to replace it with that. And also Bosch spark plugs. If you guys go on the website, this is the one-step colder that came in the N55 cars. You do not need to go and search for a colder spark plug. N55 cars were corrected with the colder spark plugs, so that's a great thing. If you are changing the spark plugs, make sure you get a thin wall socket, okay? That's a very, very thin wall socket. You can order this from FCP or you can order this from Amazon, anywhere. If you just search a really, really thin spark plug socket. This is a 14 millimeter, guys, 12.3/8 drive. You definitely want to get something like this, or else your regular, socket, 14 millimeter, is not going to fit. So you've been told. Join us, guys. We're going to start removing some of this stuff. Easiest way to do this, guys, is to fit a tool, something like this, in here, and then just give it leverage and just pull out. Okay. If you guys are replacing just one coil because it's faulty, make sure you try to replace it with the same one, Delphi brand. So I'm replacing it with Delphi. I'm not replacing with a Bosch or Eldor brand. Just making sure that it's the same one. Okay. Wow. That doesn't look all that great. But it's probably original. I don't know if it's ever been replaced or not. I did get random, you know, stumbling here and there. It wasn't as smooth as I thought it was going to be. So it's good to, it's a maintenance item, right? It's a wear and tear item. These are going to go. So make sure you try to replace all 6 with the spark plugs. Yeah, that's probably seen better days. Even though they try to block out the moisture, this is a little bit rusty on the outside. I'm just checking the spark plug holes to make sure that there's no debris in there, and it doesn't look like there are. So we're gonna do the spark plugs. Not a whole lot of money, but we decided to replace them with the Bosch, which is an OEM. They're already pre-gapped. So, and if you look on the box here, the great thing about Bosch is just kind of lists 23 Newton meters, which is 17 foot-pounds of torque. That's what we're going to do. Don't ever put anti-seize on this. I would not recommend it. It's going to change the torque values, which you don't want to do. I learned that from the FCP DIY that they had on there. You don't want to put anti-seize on here. It's unnecessary. Okay. What you do want to do is start and just kind of go in order, and don't cheap out, guys. Replace all of them. And that thin wall socket, okay? Thin wall socket, you're gonna need it. Okay, it's seated. Okay. Okay, and there's the spark plugs, Bosch, double platinum. Just gonna put that to the side here. Same exact replacement, okay? And we're gonna do one at a time. And the great thing about, you know, the specific socket is that they have a holder, so you can hold it, just thread it in by hand, really gentle. Okay, we're gonna take a torque wrench. Okay, 17, and then we're also going to put the coil on there. And just a quick look here, the rust completely normal. Okay, there's a BMW TSB out that N55 motors only, rust is completely acceptable. That's kind of the moisture passing through the rubber here, and it kind of causes rust to form on the exterior here, but nothing to worry about there. It's normal. Should just go on like that and leave it up, because when you press in the plug, it'll go back in. Make sure it's nice and seated. Okay, it's in there. and we put these little paper towels in there to protect. Okay, and you'll see the orientation of how everything goes. You can see the grooves here. That's how it's gonna go. So you can't really F it up unless you really want to force that, right? So and the reason why, I mean, if you're going full bolt on, you're going to be changing your spark plugs quite a bit. Okay, just so you know, as you're increasing boost, as you're increasing, you know, power, you're kind of playing around with the boost levels, you're playing around with the fuel and, you know, air and fuel ratio, whether that's leaning it out or you know, getting closer to, you know, more efficient burn in the combustion chamber. That's really why, you know, you tend to overwork your spark plugs, and ultimately this is what delivers the power to your spark plugs. You know, a lot of people, I won't say a lot of people, some people will choose to go full bolt on and then start replacing things as they break. It's just not my thing. I want to kind of get it done before any of this stuff. Now we have a major maintenance item out of the way. Number one, we got the valve cover done, but at the same time, you did all this work and it would have been a shame not to do the spark plugs and coils. That's why we just kind of banged it out. And we're also going to do the oil filter housing gasket.